this is, I'm going to go through the review for you all. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. All right, this is the end review for Module 3. This is, you received your latest bank statement, write an integer to represent all three situations in here. So we have, you want to double check. You look for a credit of 50. A credit would be $50. A debit from the same store of $80. The debit is 80. Actually, I'm gonna not. That looks like I'm saying negatives, so I'm gonna write it like that. And the debit is negative, so I do want that. So credit is positive 50, debit is negative 80, and you also look for a deposit to the bank. The deposit would be positive 150. So 50, negative 80, and positive 150. There are two different transactions in your bank account for the same amount of money. Both are $50. The first is a charge on your account. The second transaction was a $50 credit. Plot both and be sure to label each one. Okay, so a $50 credit and a charge. So first we'll need to label the number line. Get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. Just a little bigger. You don't have to do this when you're doing the test. I'm just doing it so it's a little easier to see on the video. Okay, so what we have here is, I need to label this. So I need to get up to 50. So I'm going to label these by tens. So 10 should be 20, 30, 40, 50. That's good. And then I'm going to need to label these as well over here. But remember, they're going to have to be reversed. So I need to fix all these. 10 should be negative 10, negative 20, negative 30, negative 40, and negative 50. Fix them so they're all spaced out good. All right, and then I need to plot both of them. So one's on 50, and one is on negative 50. And I need to make sure, double check, one's a charge and one is a credit. So I'm going to go back here, and this would be the credit. And just copy and paste this over here, and this would be the charge. The charge would be negative, and the credit would be positive. Okay. So, you're researching some elevations in California. The data collected is below. Here's a bunch of data. Write an integer that represents. Remember what an integer is. It's a positive or a negative number. So Auburn, see, these are all above, below. These are all above or below sea level. So this is above sea level. So this would be just 1,227. This one's also above, so this is just going to be the same. I'm just going to paste it. Oops. This one's also above. So Sacramento is going to be positive. And the Salton Sea is below sea level, so that's going to be negative. And Death Valley is also below sea level. And there we go. There's integers. Explain what positive and negatives tell you about elevation. So the positive numbers are how high the locations are above sea level, and the negative numbers are below sea level or lower than the sea level. And write an inequality statement that arranges the elevations from greatest to least. So from the right to the left on a number line, right? Greatest is on the right, least is to the left. So first I'll just put them in order, and then I'll make it an inequality statement. So first would be 2,411, and then we'd have 1,227, and then 30, and then negative 226, and then negative 286, right? Because the negative 286 is going to be farther away from 0, more to the left than 26. So then we need to turn this into an inequality statement, right? So, and it's from greatest to least. So since I already put them in order, I can just put the inequality statements in, but just focus on these two, right? This number is greater than this number, so that's the direction that the inequality statement should be facing. Okay, and then a sea serpent is at the bottom of a lake. A team of historians use a computer program to plot its last 5 positions, locate and label the last 4 sightings. So these are the 4 sightings in here. So we have A is 0, negative 5. So remember, we go 0, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So I believe that is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Negative 3, negative 6. So starting from the center, right? 1, 2, 3, down 6. Be there. 8, 3 is C. Come on, move with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 3. 8 to the right, 3 up, and then negative 8, 2.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then down 1, down 2, and a half. So this one should be like kind of in between these 2 lines. Let me write to you all that are asking if I'm making a video. Okay. So over time, most of the sightings in quadrant 2. So remember, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There isn't any sightings in quadrant 2. So you would, well, we could just make one up. Write the coordinates of a point. So the coordinates of a point could be like, I don't know, negative 5, 5. Negative 5, 5. That's a point in quadrant 2. How far is coordinate E from the x-axis? So remember, this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. So it is 1, 2 spaces away from the x-axis. Okay, 4. Hank wants to buy a new thingamabob from the Food and Stuff. The original price is $80, but it's marked with a discount of $30. What is the dollar amount? Okay, the easiest way to solve this is just to find 10% of 80, right? 10% of 80, right? You move the decimal. That's 8. Okay, so that means 30% would be 3 times 8. 8 is 10. 30 would be 24. So that means that the discount is $24. And the price would be 80 minus 24, $56. The other way that you can figure this out is, I know. Now you guys are, now you're going to be in the video because you said stuff in it. I'm almost done with the video. Then I'm going to show it to you all. Okay, so now the other way to do it would be to find, you want 30% of 80, right? So you do something over 80, and that equals 30 over 100. And that's when you do this is hard to view this way, but you would do the whole like cross, multiply, and divide by the thing that's left. So it would be 30 times 80 divided by 100. 30 times 80 would be 2,400, and then that would be divided by 100 would be 24. Okay, so Mr. Knoll wants to make some seatbelt of his own after seeing the success of Mrs. Penny's custom safety harness. Mr. Knoll has purchased 12.5 yards of fabric, and he needs to make 1 1/3 yards per seatbelt. How many seatbelts can he make? So you have a total of this many yards of fabric, and you're making a bunch of smaller seatbelts. So this problem is 12.5, right, divided by, I know this looks a little weird, but I'm using the fraction for the dividing. 12.5 divided by 1 1/3. Okay, so first you need to make it improper fractions. So 12.5 would be 12 times 2 is 24 plus 1 is 24. So this is 25 over 2. And that would be divided by, this would be 4/3. 4/3. Oops. Right? And then you want to keep, switch, flip. So we keep this 25 over 2. 25 over 2. We change this to division to multiplication. And then when we do times 3/4, right, we'd flip it. And then you would multiply straight across. So 25 times 3 would be 75. And that would be over 2 times 4 is 8. And 75 divided by 8 is 9. So that equals 9. And 9 times 8 is 72. So there would be 3 left over. So 3/8 and 3/8. 9 and 3/8. Lane told Stephanie that he would give her 30% of the items he found in a box. Stephanie received 12 joules. How many joules are in the box? So 12 is 30%. So you could do 12 over something, right? 12 is the part and x is the whole. 12 over something equals 30 over 100. And you could, so then you could do, if you wrote that out, right, 12 over x equals 30 over 100, you could do the cross multiplying way. Or another way you could figure it out is find what 10% is, right, and do it in your head. 12 is 30%, right? How do you get to 10%? Well, 10% would be 30 divided by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 4 is 10%. So if 4 is 10%, how do you get 100%? You multiply by 10. So there's 40. So this would be 12 over 40 equals 30 over 100. There's a total of 40 things. And Decent Burger is selling burgers for a deal. Which one is better, right? One's selling burgers for $24 for 4, one's $16 for 3. So you want to find out how much does it cost per burger. So Shake Barn would be 24 divided by 4, which is $6 per burger. And What's the other one? Oh no, this is Decent Burger. Sorry, this is Decent Burger, and then Shake Barn is the second one. Shake Barn is 3 burgers for 16, so that would be $16 divided by 3. How much is each burger? And 16 divided by 3 is 5.3333, or 5 1/3 dollars per burger. I guess since it's money, you could just say 5.33 because you can only have cents, right? So per burger. And so, right, Shake Barn is a cheaper burger. So Shake Barn has cheaper burgers. And that's it.